welcome to another week of songwriting. I'm so excited to be writing another song with you this week. It's a really weird time. I'm on my reading week and for some reason, so much is going on in my life right now and there's so many different things that I feel like I could write a song about. I'm actually so happy about this too because like a few weeks ago I was so stressed about figuring something out to write about and like, you know, just that whole process. Sometimes it's really hard to come up with ideas, but there's chaos going on in the world of Ashley right now, so I have a lot that I can talk about. This morning before I was working out, I get up crazy early. Like this is my week off and I woke up at like 4 a.m. and I was coming down here to work out and whatever, and I got a song idea, so I started writing some things out in my notes. It's just an idea, to be honest, it was early, and I kind of forget what I wrote, but I remember really liking it. I didn't like write music to it, I just wrote down some points in my notes app. I'll bring it up in a second, but I was thinking of using something like that, something from that maybe, hopefully. Hopefully I find a liking to it. Hopefully it wasn't just like a dazed dream that I had, but if it is, I can start something new. Very excited. I'm gonna write on my guitar this week, I think. So let's get into it. There's some weird things going on in life right now. It's literally, if I could explain it, it's the epitome of Casey Musgrave's happy and sad at the same time. So let's see. I don't want to be too much of a downer, okay? But I think that this week's song, I don't think it's necessarily sad, but it's talking about all of the things that's going on in the world. So I just wrote some things here. I really like the idea of talking about how people always tell you, that like life's not fair. And then I kind of came up with this idea that each verse is gonna start with, why do we keep getting blank? And then each verse I talk about like older or getting sick or getting hurt and kind of talking about that in each separate verse, if that makes any sense. And then I really want to talk about how like everybody's dealing with their own problems, and I said everybody's dealing with their own battles, which I really liked. So maybe I'll touch upon that. But right now I'm gonna see if I can find something that I like the sound of. Oh, girl! Okay, let me tune this. I'll be right back. All right. My lovely computer for some reason isn't syncing to my phone, so I'm using both at the same time, which honestly is such a first world problem, but it's frustrating when you're trying to do all this. Okay, so I really like this key. It's like it's capo 3 with like E and A. Why do we keep getting older? I have a constant fear that I'll be living life out alone. Why do we keep getting older? I have a constant fear of ending my life all alone. Kind of like that. Why do we keep getting older? I have a constant fear of ending my life all alone. Why do we run from getting older? Why do we keep getting older? I have a constant fear of ending this life all alone. Why do we run from getting older? We try to hide it, but it's always probably verse 1. Why do we keep getting older? I have a constant fear of ending this life all alone. Why do we run from getting older? We try to hide it and fake it, but it's always gonna come. I love that. And then the other verses are going to be relatively similar, but I think it'll be really cool. I feel like this song is going to be a little bit easier, but I feel like the meaning really clicks to my life right now. Maybe we should do like a pre-chorus thing. Maybe time moves too fast. Maybe regrets on this, but I can't take it anymore. Maybe the time just moves too fast. Maybe our something never lasts. Maybe the time just moves too fast, and maybe our freedom never lasts. Maybe the time just moves too fast. Maybe our freedom never lasts, but I don't understand it anymore. Maybe the time just moves too fast, or maybe our freedom never lasts, but I don't understand it. I never did. Okay, that's kind of cool. With the pre-chorus, at least when I write them, I tend to try to make them click with everything. I make it, I don't want to sound like I'm being lazy with it, because I'm not, but I'm making it so broad that it can relate to all the different aspects of the song, like the verses and then leading into the choruses. So it like all clicks together, if that makes any sense. So this is verse 1 and pre-chorus. Why do we keep getting older? I have a constant fear of ending this life all alone. Why do we run from getting older? We try to hide it and fake it, but it's always gonna come. And maybe the time just moves too fast, and maybe our freedom never lasts. I just don't understand it. I never did. I don't really know where I'm going with the chorus. I feel like this song might be a bit different because I came up with 3 ideas for verses. So I feel like we're gonna do 2 verses, then the pre-chorus, then the first chorus. That's what we're gonna do. So similar to, it's gonna be very, very similar to verse 1, but like the word changes, basically. If I look at my lovely phone here, we are changing the word from older to sick. Why do we keep getting older? I have a constant fear of ending this life all alone. Why do we run from getting older? We try to hide it and fake it, but it's always gonna come. Why do we keep getting sick? I have a constant fear that one day I will never beat it. Why do we run from getting sick? We da 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 da. Here's verse 1 and verse 2. Getting older, I have a constant fear of ending this life all alone. Why do we run from getting older? We try to hide it and fake it, but it's always gonna come. Why do we keep getting sick? Constant fear that one day I'll never heal from it. like that. I like that. It's cute. It's very deep. Like, it's like very simple, but I feel like when you really sit and think about it, it has a lot of meaning. Just because we're almost done the verses, I'm gonna just finish up by writing verse 3, which will come after the first chorus. But just since we're in the zone, I'm just gonna do that now. This one is, why do we keep getting hurt? Okay. Why do we keep getting hurt? Okay, let's see this. Why do we keep getting hurt? I have a constant fear for pain that comes unannounced. Why do we run from getting hurt? We learn when we heal that it's always gonna come. I like that. I have a constant fear for pain that comes unannounced. Why do we run from getting hurt? We learn when we heal that it's always gonna come. I think that's pretty deep. I love it. Chorus. So now we're gonna start thinking about a chorus. Let me play from the pre-chorus and see, at least see what chords we're thinking of, or something like that. Maybe the time just moves too fast, and maybe our freedom never lasts. I don't understand it. I never did. I like that. I never did. We're all living our own lives, but we're stuck living the same lives, the same fears cemented in our minds. Got different battles, but... Okay, this is what I got for the chorus so far. Let's see. Time after time, we're all the same in the end. I'll play from the pre-chorus to the chorus. And maybe the time just moves too fast, and maybe our freedom never lasts. I don't understand it, never. our bridge left. I'm obsessed. This is so sweet. We all wanna be remembered something. Okay, this is the bridge. Oh, and life's not fair, but what makes life fair when you're fighting for what you want on your own? Oh, and why should we care about what makes us care about the life that we live? I don't know, I feel like I need to just play it through a few times, but I really like a toned back chorus at the end. I think that would be really cute. Kind of like what I did, but less messy. I don't know, I think that's really cute. It's kind of a preachy song. I feel like it's so important to talk about this because, like, you know, we're all so different, but we're all so similar at the same time. Like, we're going through the same things, but we just sometimes we forget that the person beside us could be going through the exact same thing as us. And you know, like, we're all human, we all go through some sort of event like this, and I feel like we build connections through that, and sometimes we might forget that people have been in our shoes, you know? I think it's a really cute idea. Well, I'm gonna end it off there. I'm gonna have to play through it a few times, I feel like, just to get the keys in my head and stuff. That last playthrough was a little bit messy, but I still feel like it's so good. So I feel like this song is called In the End, and I really think that's cool. That's what the song's called, In the End. Thank you so much for watching again. This was a pretty quick write, but I feel like it was because I kind of came up with the idea and I've been thinking about it a fair bit this morning. So it was still pretty fresh in my head, and I was thinking as I was doing other things before I came to film this. And this song also has a ton of repetition, so that makes it go way quicker as well. But thank you so much for watching. Thank you for hanging out with me. We're past the halfway mark now. We've only got a few more of these to go. But again, thank you for sitting and watching this process. I think it would be pretty cool to see. And you know what? I was trying to find somebody else who was doing something like this, and I haven't been able to. Pretty cool. You get to join me for songwriting. So fun. Thank you so much, and I'll see you on Sunday for the full playthrough. Bye!